Almost live from the Enchanted Trivia Room, it's the Theme Park Trivia Show! With Disco Yeti and the Mineral Kings! And here's your host, Ryan Ritchie! Thank you very much, everybody. How about another hand for Disco Yeti and the Mineral Kings? Well, Jamo, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode. Today, it's sibling rivalry. We have two brothers. I don't know if one wore blue and one wore gray, but it's the hosts of the always fun and informative Progress City Radio Hour podcast. Please welcome Jeff and Michael Crawford. Welcome to the show. Jeff, tell us a little about yourself.
I'm a music producer in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I formerly lived with my brother, Michael Crawford, during which time we made a podcast 10 years ago called the Progress City Radio Hour. We just started making it again. I'll let him tell you where we've been, where he's been, should I say. But I'm still here in Chapel Hill.
Very good. Michael, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I'm missing Chapel Hill, but I'm down here in Orlando, Florida, down in the swamp where it's very hot, and I'm a writer, writing all sorts of things. But we grew up super Disney nerds and decided to do a podcast, then stopped doing a podcast, then the plague happened, and then we started doing it again. So it's been a lot of fun bringing it back.
All right, so to get started, we need to have our rope drop question. So lower your heads, watch your steps. Here we go. Jeff, you sat through an entire DVC presentation backstage before we started, so you'll get to answer first with our rope drop.
I feel like I got the white glove treatment.
All right, here's our rope drop question. How many animals are part of Disney's Animal Kingdom? How many different animals, not species, how many different animals are part of Animal Kingdom theme park?
I'm going to say 500.
500? Okay, Michael?
I'm going to say 501.
501. I feel like you've been waiting to say that for a while. Okay. The correct answer, at least according to the Chicago Tribune in 2018, is about 2,000. 2,000. So, Michael, the strategy paid off.
Yeah.
You have control of the board. A reminder to everyone at home, every question is worth 10 points. And we have a chance at the end to win with the Key to the Kingdom question. And along the way, there'll be some other surprises. All right. So here are today's categories, Michael. We have What Time is the 3 o'clock Parade? Carousel of Trivia, Bargemonious, TPTSAC, we'll see, Genie Plus, and Progress City, USA. So, Michael, where would you like to go first?
I'm going to spin the wheel on the Carousel of Trivia.
Carousel of Trivia, these could be questions about anything regarding theme parks, hence the Carousel of Trivia. Here we go. What famous actor-director served as the director for the Body Wars attraction at the Wonders of Life Pavilion?
Be the great Mr. Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy is correct. Very good. Michael has 10 points. Of course, Leonard Nimoy, known as Star Trek's Spock, he also directed at least one or two or more of the Star Trek films, correct? Mm-hmm. I believe he, several of those.
Had an incredible musical career.
That is true. That is true. But he, if you're not familiar with Body Wars basically used the same simulator base as Star Tours, if you know Star Tours, except you were going through the human body. You were shrunk, entered the body, and watched the immune system fight off the infection from a splinter. I don't think that'd get off the drawing board today, I'd imagine.
With Elizabeth Shue, so you know it's good.
Yes. Oh, now you might be jumping ahead, Michael. That could have been the plussing question. Okay, we're moving on. Michael still has control. What souvenir could be found floating in the water of Jaws at Universal Studios?
This is a complete guess, but mouse ears?
Mouse ears is correct.
Oh, wow.
Is correct.
Those clever little Universal guys.
And a subtle jab to their competitors. The mouse ears were seen floating in the scene with the destruction from the shark. Very good. This is an odd one. Which park coffee is better, Starbucks or Joffrey's?
See, I mean, I will have to defer completely to Jeff on this because I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm going to guess Joffrey's.
Jeff, what would you say?
My official answer is that I love Nescafe.
That-
Because Nescafe and a churro is the best combination.
I also do not drink coffee, so I believe I like Nescafe, though. That's a good answer. Let's give Jeff 10 points for Nescafe.
It's only fair. Yeah, it's true.
Jeff, where could you previously meet a character named Hathaway Brown? Hathaway Brown.
I'm going to guess the Adventurers Club.
Jeff, you are correct. The Adventurers Club. We're in a tie. Very good. He was described as an aviator and the club's resident innuendo-making ladies' man.
Quite the person to know.
All right, we'll move on. Jeff, you still have control. In The Timekeeper, which was a Circle Vision 360 attraction that debuted in 1992, what is the name of the character who went back in time to capture the historic scenes that are depicted?
Nine-Eye.
Nine-Eye is correct. You're going to have to wait, Michael. I'm sorry. I could see you knew that one.
I mean, who doesn't know beloved Disney character Nine-Eye?
She was so
She
sassy.
was real
I mean, it's
sassy.
hard to forget.
She had a real hip flair.
Yes, indeed.
That's
I should back up for those of you who don't know. The character was named Nine-Eye. There was a rig that was used to capture the 360 video and used 9 cameras, and they were projected on 9 screens, hence the name Nine-Eye. Okay. With that, Jeff, you are picking our next category. Where would you like to go?
I feel like my PTSD is telling me to go to what time is the 3 o'clock parade. Maybe I'll have some healing.
Is the 3 o'clock parade. Now, do you want to tell everyone why you mentioned that?
I worked parade audience control, my first stint at Disney, but my second stint at Disney, I worked at guest relations, where people would ask that question a lot. And they would also demand refunds because they missed the parade. And we would give them refunds.
So that really is a question people ask. That isn't just a ephemeral thing.
It happens, yes. That happens more like in the field because people are asking actually when it comes by,
Right.
where they are. But
Very
it is a question I've heard, yes.
Okay. Well, Jeff, let's see how you do in this category. The Main Street Electrical Parade has been a beloved part of multiple Disney theme parks. But when it closed at Disneyland in 1996, what was the name of the show that replaced it?
Light Magic.
Light Magic is correct. It ran all the way from May of 1997 to September of 1997.
Wow.
I really wish I could have seen that. So bad. Yes.
At one point, they'd mentioned it possibly coming back in 2000, but it was never to be.
It river danced away.
Rivers
That's
of
right.
Light danced away, I guess.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Okay, here we go. Sticking with the Main Street Electrical Parade, what nighttime parade replaced it at Walt Disney World in 1991?
Spectro Magic.
Spectro Magic.
Special one for us.
Were you there then, Jeff?
No, I closed down Spectro Magic on parade control, and then I was there when it reopened after Main Street Electrical Parade glowed away one of the times it did.
Very good. It was part of the 20th anniversary celebration, which was 30 years ago.
Yikes.
Yeesh.
All right. Sorry to be a downer there. Speaking of the 20th anniversary of Walt Disney World, what was the name of the afternoon show at Epcot that was part of that anniversary celebration?
I'm kicking myself. just going to say kaleidoscope.
Oh, that is a good guess. That is a good guess. Michael, can you steal this one?
Was it Surprise in the Skies?
Surprise in the Skies is correct.
Yes.
Very good.
That's
Big
right.
old balloons.
I remember being there that year as a child for vacation, and I think 5-6 days in a row we tried to catch that show. And lo and behold, don't know if you guys know this, it rains every afternoon. And it seemed to be right at the time that they decided Surprise in the Sky. So the real Surprise in the Skies was that it never happened, is what I think.
Surprise.
I question whether that happened, but anyhow. Okay, here we go. We're moving on, and this is Michael. What was the name of the long-running Halloween-themed event that was just recently replaced by the After Hours Boo Bash?
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party?
You are confident and correct. Yes, Michael, that is correct. Now, before we give you your 10 points, though, this is a plussing question. If you would like, I will ask you another question about the Not So Scary Halloween Party, and you could earn 20 points, but if you miss it, you will get 0 points. Do you want to plus this question?
YOLO, man, plus me.
All right, here we go. What year did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party debut?
Well, that's rude. 2001.
That is not correct. Just for fun, do you know, Jeff?
I do not.
I find this hard to believe. 1995.
Really? Wow.
1995.
That is hard to believe.
That's, I don't even want to think about how long ago that was.
Long ago. Long ago.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go down the street for this last question. What is the name of the daily parade? This is for Michael. What is the name of the daily parade at Universal Studios Florida?
DreamWorks Kung Fu Panda Explosion.
Featuring the Minions. That is close. No, it is Universal's Superstar Parade. A lot of thought went into that. Universal's Superstar Parade.
Solid.
This is a good.
Aim small, miss small.
Yeah, this is as good a time as any to ask you guys. How do you feel about Minions? Any thoughts about Minions?
None that can be aired publicly.
No.
Fair enough.
No thoughts.
All right, Michael, you are choosing our next category. We have Bargemonious, TPTSAC, Progress City USA, and Genie Plus.
I'm intrigued by TPTSAC.
Me too.
TPTSAC, okay. TPTSAC stands for the Theme Park Trivia Show Abbreviation Category.
Okay.
A lot of abbreviations have cropped up to make it easier, or at least quicker, to talk about different things around theme parks.
Yeah.
Especially in online forums. So let's see how well you can decipher some of these abbreviations. Here we go. Some of these are word problems, so listen carefully. My SO and I usually stay at AKL, but last trip we stayed at AOA so we could walk across the bridge to what resort?
Disney's Pop Century Resort.
That is correct. Well done. Well done. Or should I say WD? All right. All right, here we go. Number 2. I wasn't feeling very good, but since we had the DP, we grabbed lunch at PBC, and then a CM told us there was no wait for BTMRR. What attraction didn't have a wait?
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
That is correct. And look at that, we are tied 50-50 right now. Close game, can't get any closer. Okay, number 3. Since we have APs, we decided to eat at AP, at DWLR. Where did we eat? Since we have APs, we decided to eat at AP at
Artist
DWLR. Where did we eat?
Point. Artist Point.
That is impressive. Artist Point at Disney's Wilderness Lodge Resort. Very good.
Got to get that mushroom soup.
Got to see Snow White?
All right. IMHO, WOL, and WOM were the best attractions at EC. What are the two attractions?
Wonders of Life and World of Motion.
That is correct. Very good. And by the way, it's hilarious to me that EC is an abbreviation for Epcot Center,
Yeah.
which is itself an acronym.
Yeah.
So,
Nice compression.
everyone's in a hurry
Double
here.
compression level.
All right, to sweep the category, Michael. Here we go. IIRC, MNSSHP tends to not be as crowded as MVMCP. What is the name of the busier event?
The first one was not as crowded as the second one.
I will give it to you again.
Yeah.
IIRC, MNSSHP tends to not be as crowded
Gotcha.
as MVMCP. What is the name of the busier event?
Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
That is correct. Very good.
Spent too much time on message boards, my friends. Way too much time.
The other abbreviation, for those of you who may not have known, was Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So very good. Well done on TPTS-AC. Where are we headed next?
Let's go. Oh, I gotta go Bargemonious.
There's a brand new show coming to Epcot, and it's called Harmonious. And as part of that show, several large barges have been moved into the World Showcase Lagoon. Now, some people complain that these barges are ruining sight lines of certain attractions and just not pretty to look at, but I don't know. We'll let you be the judge, okay? So we'll give you a series of these and see if you can still identify the attraction even though it's behind the barge. Are you ready?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Here is our first Bargemonious attraction.
Well, that's Spaceship Earth.
Spaceship Earth. I'm not even going to give you a clue for that one. Very good. Okay, for our next one, Donald Duck can help you identify the attraction behind this barge.
That is the Mexico Pavilion with Grand Fiesta Tour, featuring the Three Caballeros.
Could I just get you to say featuring Coco, just so we can cover future airings?
Featuring Coco.
Now, get this. These barges are so large, they can even block attractions at other parks. What attraction is this?
Oh, that is Mickey's Runaway Railway.
That's correct. And if you prefer the finer things in life, we also would have accepted the Great Movie Ride, of course.
It was the impulse. I had to, hold back that impulse.
Believe it or not, these barges even block attractions found at themed experiences that are out of this world. What is this attraction blocked by the barge?
That's the Atlantis, I don't know if it has a name, Atlantis Experience at Kennedy Space Center.
That is correct. Awesome. Have either of you been out there lately the last 4 or 5 years?
Oh, it's great, yeah.
I haven't.
It is wonderful.
I want to go so bad.
I think it is the closest thing to old school Epcot that we have right now. It is great. They've done a great job with that.
Yeah, I'd agree. Everybody really should check it out. It's really cool. Yeah.
Speaking of the good old days, these barges are so big they can even block attractions lost to time. What attraction is this?
Oh, Horizons.
Horizons, yes. That is this week's Horizons question. As longtime viewers know,
Look how
that
pretty.
have watched both shows, longtime viewers know. Very good. Okay, Jeff, we're going to let you pick the next category.
All right. Well, I'm excited about Genie Plus. Let's see what we
Oh,
got.
okay. Well, I'm sorry, Jeff. Genie Plus actually costs you 20 points and doesn't really give you anything.
Wow.
So, so I'm sorry. You're at 30 points, but you do get to select our last category.
I guess I'll go with Progress City, USA.
Okay, Progress City, USA. Now, the two of you host the Progress City Radio Hour, wonderful podcast about Disney history, and you've had some amazing guests on through the years, and they always have wonderful insight into the parks. Let's see how closely you've been paying attention. All of these questions come from discussions on your very own podcast.
Oh no. Yeah.
All right, Jeff, here's our first question. In the early days of Disneyland, people who worked on the Disneyland Railroad received paychecks from what company?
WED and Retlaw was the company that they were.
Correct. They worked for Retlaw and were paid by WED, and that comes from episode 31, where you had Scott Gerard on, who worked at the Disney Railroad.
Very current.
Yes. Ripped from the headlines, this show. Okay.
That's right.
According to Tom Morris, what was the shape of Epcot Center's Journey into Imagination intended to mimic? The shape of the building. No? Michael, would you like to?
Don't remember. Michael knows this.
The silver halide crystals.
Silver halide crystals of film
right.
because of the sponsor, which was Kodak. Yeah. Which, by the way, I'd never heard that before, and he just kind of dropped it in there, and I had never heard that, and it makes total sense. So
He knows everything. He's a smart dude.
He does know everything. He overwhelmed me with his knowledge that I didn't remember that detail.
all right, this one's back to Jeff to keep Jeff in the game at the big question at the end. In the early days of Walt Disney World, where would you find a liquor store known as the Spirit World?
The Contemporary Resort Hotel.
That is correct. The Contemporary. Very
Best name
nice. Who sponsored a shop with a series of displays on the history of locks on Main Street in Disneyland?
Yale.
We judges, we will take it. It was Yale and Town, and then later Yale. So that is
Yale and
correct.
Town. That's right.
And again, that was from Frank Stanek all the way back in episode 6. Another great conversation
The
you
goat.
guys had. Jack Benny, Bing Crosby, George Burns, and Gracie Allen, they were all investors in what Disney enterprise?
A Celebrity Sports Center in Denver, Colorado.
That is correct. Now, the score is 70 to 130. I will give you a chance to
My.
plus this, Jeff. Would you like to try to plus this by
it.
answering another question about the Celebrity Sports Center?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
The tension. All right, here we go. Can you give us the opening year and month, if possible, of the Celebrity Sports Center? When did the Celebrity Sports Center open?
1962.
You're saying 62?
2.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 1960.
That was my second guess. I couldn't remember.
My guess was 62
Alas.
as well, so you're not alone, Jeff.
September 17th, 1960. So just to back up, the Celebrity Sports Center essentially was almost like a Disney quest for the recreational pursuits of the 60s. That was outside of Denver, Colorado. And it must have been a sight to behold. Would have loved to
The
have seen
slot
that.
car racing track was deluxe. I'd go there for the slot car racing.
Don't forget the Hofbrau German restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, that was the last question. Oh my goodness. I'm getting word that, Jeff, you usually stay on property if you visit Disney. Is that correct?
course.
Well, that is the right answer. I'm getting word that they've decided to include Genie Plus for people staying on property. So you're getting your 20 points back from the Genie Plus debacle earlier. Very good.
Seems like it's worth it to me.
Absolutely.
You know,
Forget
staying
that
on property.
Forget that free dining. All right. This
That's
brings us
the traps and everything. It's twists and turns.
Intrigue.
This brings us to our key to the kingdom question. This is our final question. You first have to decide how much you want to wager, how many of your points you'd like to wager on this category. Attraction closures. Attraction closures. So write down how many points you're willing to wager. Jeff, you have 80. Michael, you have 130. Anybody could win attraction closures. All right, everyone ready? Okay.
Ready.
You'll have some time to think about it. What was the first Disney Parks attraction to close? What was the first attraction at any Disney park to close permanently? Give that some thought, write it down. We will check your answer. First attraction to close permanently. And while we're doing that, he didn't even know I was going to do this, but this is the Progress City Primer. Or Primer. Primer or Primer, Michael?
Primer. I always said primer, and then people were like, no, you're saying your own book wrong. And I was like, oh, that's true. I was. So, primer.
It is a wonderful book, and in addition to some wonderful stories you may or may not have heard before, and a lot of color even to the ones you may have, some wonderful recipes in it as well. So check that out. At finer bookstores, if you go to a bookstore or online and they don't have it, that is not a finer bookstore. It's just the way it is.
Shut it down.
Okay, gentlemen, I think we are ready for your answer to today's Key to the Kingdom question. What was the first Disney park attraction to close? And we will go to Jeff first. Jeff, your answer, please.
I'm going to guess the Conestoga wagon at Disneyland.
Oh, the Conestoga wagon. Now, if you're a long-time watcher of our show, you know that we don't do a lot of research on this. So that might be true, Jeff, but that is not what we're looking for. Michael, your thoughts?
My guess is Mickey Mouse Club Circus.
Oh, Mickey Mouse Club Circus could also be correct. However, digging through an old e-ticket magazine, the answer that they gave was the Tomorrowland boats.
Probably right.
Tomorrowland boats.
The Phantom boats.
Phantom boats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's see those wagers.
Mine was...
I bet it all.
70.
Oh, man.
You got to be all
I can't
in.
do...
Burn it down.
Michael is our winner today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is wonderful. Gentlemen, thank you again for joining us in this. Thank you for joining us for this silliness today. I appreciate
my
that.
pleasure.
Thank you for having
He's
us.
delight.
Yeah.
And that's our show. So thanks again to Jeff and Michael Crawford from Progress City, USA. Be sure to check them out. Thank you, of course, to Disco Yeti and the Mineral Kings. And thank you for watching. And be sure to tell a friend about the show, spread the word, and help us have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Until next time, remember, now is the time. Now is the best time. So long, everyone. Thanks for watching the show. Please like this video and subscribe so we can keep making it. It's what Walt would have wanted. See you next time.